Hi, it's Will from StormTheCastle.com, and this is a tutorial on how to make a hidden blade and gauntlet from Assassin's Creed. There you go, there's the hidden blade, and it actually works. It's a fun little project, doesn't take much. I figured this all out for you, and it just uses a rubber band inside. I've got that all figured out on how to make this the best. I ended up making 4 of them until I got it right, and it works pretty good. See? There's the pin on there, just like he uses in the game. Through the blade. So you pull the string and it comes out. Pretty cool. So it is a fun project, and I'll show you some different things. I also have some stuff you can download like this. If you want to make one like this, I have this down you can download and print up, put it on cardstock or cereal box cardboard or something like that. So it's pretty cool, and it's resettable. You put it back in, you put the pin back in, and you use it again. And I have a packet you can download and more instructions and pictures and stuff if you want to try to make one on my website. I'll have the link in the description of this video. First, let's go over making the gauntlet. You can print this up or you make one yourself. This is just cardstock. You can use cardstock, which is like an index paper, or you can use cereal box cardboard. Don't use corrugated cardboard. It's some kind of a firm, thicker cardboard, thicker than paper. You know, draw it out to the size of your arm. And once you put this on your arm, then you glue that on there to get the shape right. But leave yourself some, don't fully glue it because you're going to put some of the straps under here if you opt to use these straps. So, Velcro here on one end, Velcro on the other end so it closes, and I use a couple of strips of Velcro to attach the hidden blade to it. And let me show you. So just measure this up for your arm, you know, cut it out and you're good to go. See? There we go. Do it so, and put these, if you're going to use a Velcro, put it on your arm first and so you get this right. You want this on the top of your forearm, and you want these on your wrist right here like that. And that's it. So that's pretty easy. This material is called vinyl. I got this from an arts and crafts store. It cost me like $10 for a square yard of it, which is a lot bigger than this sheet here. So you can use cloth if you want. You know, you could improvise something, use some kind of cloth. So that's how to make the gauntlet. I would recommend you make 2 of them, one for each arm. Simple enough. Now the hidden blade. It took me quite a while to get this. You're going to need a little piece of wire to put on your finger to release it. Some string, a little piece of string, and a nail. So that's the system for when you pull on your hand like that, it releases the blade. And I'll show you exactly how that's set up. And you're going to need, if you want to use, now you can just Velcro this to the gauntlet, but if you want this fancy looking setup here, I use a couple of pieces of vinyl with Velcro. And this is just copper wire that I use. This is actually 12 gauge. So I just bent it and taped it right on. I use 4 of them. I think the one he has 6 or 8 of them. But I have a packet on my website that you can download, print up, and use that'll help out a lot with this. And what it is this is the top of the gauntlet, the arm of the gauntlet. You can print that out on cardstock, or you can glue this to a piece of thin cardboard. And I also have all the pieces for the hidden blade box here, everything you need. There's 7 pieces. Don't forget the little ones here. So you can print that out and then use that to cut out your shapes on foam board, and a little bit of instructions here on how to make it. So that should get you going. It should be good for you to make this. Here they are right here, and I'm using glue gun, which is really nice for this. You can glue it if you want, but you'll also need some pieces of wire, some pieces of thin wire, or twist ties from loaves of bread. You can use those. Grab several of those if you got them, and foam board. But you can use corrugated cardboard if you want, but foam board is better. And rubber bands. Now, I have a whole lot of rubber bands, so I could choose and pick and choose. I'm finding that the best rubber band for this are thin ones like this. Thin and kind of long, so that works really well for this. If you go with a heavy-duty rubber band, it's not going to work well because the pressure inside will possibly bend the blade. So let me show you how to assemble this thing. You know, print out the printout, cut out all your different parts. And one most important thing here is part number 1, you lay that down, and then parts number 2 and 3, and you have to do it this way, those go on the sides like that. Put them on the sides. If you put them on the top, this will not be the right size. The blade won't fit inside. So glue these to the sides like that, and I'll glue that and I'll show you. Okay, I've glued parts 1, 2, and 3 together like that, and what we have is a nice little box for the actual blade to ride in, with a little bit of extra room there. Also, the important thing too is there's room on top for the rubber band to fit in here. The rubber band's going to go inside there, and then the cover would go right on like that. Take either 2 pieces of wire or 2 twist ties from a bread loaves, or you could even use paper clips, and I'll put them like this, one on each end of the rubber band, like that. Now, in the top of your blade, fish one end through like this, so that rubber band goes right through, and then either tape or glue this down on the bottom side. Okay, now set the blade inside the unit like this, pretty much forward, about 2 inches back. The hole is about 2 inches back, and then feed the other wire through here. Now what you can do is, this is important, is now you can set it, now you can adjust the tension on it. So if it's pulled just an absolute minimum like that, you can try it and see how it works. See? Now depending on your rubber band, you can pull this back more and get more tension on it. See it? See how I'm doing that? Pull this back and get more tension. So you can adjust that so it works well. So adjust this. Once you've got it adjusted to a way you like it, you can tape it down. I wouldn't recommend gluing this whole thing down, because if the rubber band breaks or you have trouble with it, you're going to have to unglue it to get in there and replace the rubber band or work on it. So what I would do is I would just put a wrap of tape. Once I get this tension right, I put a wrap of tape on this to hold the rubber band in place. And then I put a wrap of tape here and a wrap of tape there at the bottom, just to hold it in place. And that way in the future you can open it up if you want to. Now, the blade stops by these stops. So at some point here during your process, glue these stops onto the front here. Now these are made so the blade slides out, but it doesn't get stuck on the thing. They stop here. There we go. The only thing one more thing remaining for this unit is to put the trigger mechanism in it. So what you do is you have a hole here that we put in the top of the blade, right? And then put a hole here, and a hole on the bottom too in the same spot. So to load the hidden blade, you push it in, put the nail through it, just like that. Good to go. Now all you have to do is, once you have it mounted on you, and make sure you mount it with the nail this way, is you pull that string and the blade comes out. There you go. So paint it up and put Velcro on it and mount it to your leather piece there. Make sure you mount it pretty much forward, because this has to be out here because of that nail pull. Now to make the metal clips here, all I did was bend wire, and this is 12 gauge wire. I bent it. Now from there you can mount them there with electrical tape. And the straps are just pieces of vinyl that can go through there. And there's the whole system right like that, right about like that, with the straps. And be careful when you're doing this. Make sure you don't glue this whole thing down so that you can't get the straps under there. Otherwise you're going to have to put the straps over the top. You want to put the straps underneath this gauntlet. So that's the whole project. Hope you have fun with it. Paint it up, make it look good, paint that blade silver. And if you make one, send me a picture, make a video. Thanks. Lots more fun projects, all kinds of fun stuff on my website at stormthecastle.com.